All right, we are back here with the finals of Montreal Riichi Open 2020. We've had a
Yes.
long run. I'm back here with Joe
Yep.
Trahedron.
Here we are for the last time, the last two games. It's almost 6 o'clock on Sunday, and we've been going. We had, let's see, 8 hours yesterday, 4 hours so far today. It's been a long ride, but here we are at the final.
That's right. With these four competitors, we've got Mark T, Epicurean Flame. We've got Tsubasa Yamaneko, YN Tsubasa. We've got Stefan Koman, Arius. And we've got Yudong Lee, who is actually a member of Toronto Riichi. So there you go. Toronto did make it into the finals after all. And so
Thank
did
goodness.
Montreal actually.
Hmm.
So that's going to be quite interesting.
Let's see if we can have a repeat. Toronto took second place last year. Let's hope we can at least equal and perhaps better that this year.
Oh,
But
hell yeah.
and fortunately for Yudong, um, the points have now been cleared. So even though they were fourth going into the final, it is completely level playing field, all to play for anyone's game.
That's right. Scores are reset. Only these two games matter. Got all the names in with clear scores. And got a shout out here for basically an upcoming tournament. Let's get the poster on screen here. The Extra Lions Open, hosted by the Extra Lions stream team. The primary stream here is going to be on Iron TV. They are a bunch of VTubers, some of whom are quite interested in Mahjong. And I will be with Panda Feiser commentating on the expert stream. It will be on his channel, as you can see in the poster. Signups are still available. It is free to enter. But they are doing a donation drive for Extra Life, and if you have receipts that you've donated to Extra Life, you are guaranteed a spot. Like, you are in before the cut. But other than that, it is free to enter, and there will be prizes from Extra Lions, as well as very similar prizes provided by YoStar and Cat Food Studio, as you can see here. In fact, actually the same prizes. 3 summon scroll, 25,000 copper, second 10,000, third 7,000, and fourth 5,000. So that is the Extra Lions Open starting October 31st. Registration has to be done by the 24th, so 1 week before. Alright, and back to us. Here we are, waiting for the games to begin. It looks like they have begun. And I will get us right in there. Another 2 minutes, so that'll give me time to set up the wins in their proper order.
Yeah. Now that we're at the final table, both we and the French stream will be watching the same table for perhaps the first time in the tournament.
Yeah. Although we did watch a lot of extra tables.
It's true. We may have overlapped
In between.
briefly in some of those sort of final. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, when our table's finished and we just
Yep.
move around. So yeah, got everything ready to go. All right, so we have Yudong Lee, the Toronto representative. We've got Stefan, who is the Montreal representative, Stefan Coman, and got some internet emissaries, I guess you could call them, in Mark T and Tsubasa Yamaneko. So there we go.
Do we know where they're from?
I am not 100% sure myself. Probably too late to ask them now. Okay. So, now that the points are all even, I guess everyone's just playing a regular game, at least for the first game. Ooh, Yamaneko is from Markham, and Stefan is actually from France. I have made a mistake on that one. So, rip Montreal. Unfortunately, not. It's funny,
Yeah.
because at Rochester, they got first and second. They showed up and got first and second at the Rochester Riichi Open, which was like the last physical mahjong tournament before
Yeah.
COVID happened.
I guess it was February, was it?
Yeah, I think so. February or March. Yeah, Loic had to organize this tournament. He won the Rochester tournament, so he couldn't protect Montreal here because he was organizing it. We are getting ready to begin. Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. Starting things out, we have Stefan, French representative at the as the first dealer, with a pretty decent hand of a Nobetan shape 2, 3, 4, 5, and several two-sided shapes. A couple of unneeded terminals, but probably in good shape to make it to a pinfu, and has just turned that Nobetan into a meld and a pair, as it so often happens. Tsubasa Yamaneko in south has a pair of east, the Yakuhai, and could turn that into a fast hand. The rest of the shape have some nice shapes. Sorry, the rest of the hand has some nice shapes, but no finished melds yet. The Yudong Lee, our Toronto representatives, looking in pretty decent shape. That's 4 pairs, it looks like. 1 Dora with an edge weight, and possible Ippei Ko. And then Mark on the left, possible Itsu, full straight, potential Pinfu as well. Has a Dora in the 9-man, but it's not connected to anything. And since it's a terminal, it may be a little harder to use, but he has just drawn that 7 to make it 5, 6, 7, 9. And so it may actually end up useful after all.
Yeah, allows the 8-man to flow in, but also because 5, 6, 7 is a shape on its own. Dora could still flow out if Mark gets a quicker Tempai somewhere, especially with this full straight or Itsu coming in the Sozu suit.
It's true. It'd be interesting if it ended up with an Itsu and a Dora pair weight. That's entirely a possibility.
Hey, we've seen that. We've seen it. Just ask for it.
And Mark also throwing away the 7-pin, which would be a nice tile to keep as something else to sort of in case another tile he draws another tile to stick to it.
That's right. I think getting around the end of the first line is where you have to be careful that some of those extra inside tiles might get you hurt. They might deal in. For example, we can see Yamaneko also has a weight for that 7-pin. It's not quite Tempai yet, but in the future it could end up that way. Yamaneko cutting the 2-sided weight here in order to keep the Dora in hand.
Mark now has drawn a second 7-man, which gives him that 5, 6, 7 and the 7, 9 closed shape. If he could pair up the 3, 6, or 9 so, then he could be Tenpai waiting just on that 8-man, the Dora indicator.
Yeah,
or
that's
if
right.
he could draw that. And he's paired the Dora.
There it is again!
There it is.
There it is again, guaranteeing.
So now it really has an ideal shape with lots of tiles in that Sozu shape that gets into Tenpai with Pinfu, probably Riichi, and 2 Dora. There's the 8 as well. Wow. It doesn't even need it anymore.
Yep. That would have been Tenpai, but it would have 1 less Dora, so is what it is. Tsubasa
it would have
here.
been a really nice 3-sided weight, though, although not Pinfu, because it would be a pair weight.
That's right. Tsubasa now 1 away. Also looking at a Dora pair weight. So hoping to pair that up, but there aren't any more left in the wall, unfortunately. Finally cons the east. Finds a Tenpai. Does not go for the large tempai, sticks to the Dora weight. It is
Mhm.
pretty late in the hand and no Dora are on the table,
Yeah.
so probably a fear more
Mark
than
gets to
efficiency.
Tenpai, waiting on 4-7 so.
Right.
And calls Riichi, I guess, at the very least, to take advantage of that extra Dora chance.
That's right. This could be a massive hand for Mark. It could actually just blow the standings right out of the water. But no Ipatsu. No Ipatsu for Mark.
Indeed. And it looks like there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles gone, so 2 left in the wall. As well as the 7 in Stefan's hand, but that's unlikely to go anywhere.
Stefan actually willing to just cut the 5, so dangerous, but his hand is 1 away, and as the dealer, I guess he wants to keep it that way.
I find it, unless he draws the 3-6 Mon,
that'll do.
but the 2 does look risky.
Yeah, so... I was gonna say that 9 pin would have been Tempai for him. I didn't want to take it. I guess maybe scared of cutting the 4 Mon, but as a result, no 10 and the dealer passes.
But I'm sure everyone involved, except for Mark, is glad that big hand did not come to fruition.
Yeah, that could have been a real game changer right off the bat.
Tsubasa Yamaneko here, starting off their hand with 1 Dora in hand and 2 pairs of Yakuhai, including double East. So right away, looking at potentially a very easy dealer Mangan.
That's right. Big money.
Big money indeed. Well said. Yudong Lee in the South Sea. And pairs
another
up another
one.
dragon. Wow. That doesn't actually improve... it doesn't improve the value yet. Stays at Mangan, but it does make it a bit more interesting to get to Tenpai. Yudong Lee looking at a possible flush with their own wind the south, a pair of that in their hand, and only that 4-5 Mon that isn't suited, and the rest of the Sozu shape looking quite good. Mark across also has a lot of Sozu, but not quite as nice of a shape in the other tiles, which may mean that he is also likely to aim towards some kind of flush, or in Japanese they call them one-color hands.
That's right.
Fun fact. And then Stefan on the left. Possible Tanyao has 1 Dora, but doesn't look like a lot of value other than that. A possible Ipeko, but may not end up holding on to hope for that.
It's interesting. Oh, well. Yamaneko starts moving. Does not go for the flush. Or the half flush, I should say. It would require all 3 Yakuhai to be hit for the half flush to become a Haneman. So, maybe not super likely to get that Haneman. Also scared of discarding Dora, I would assume.
Yeah, that's probably a valid fear. Yudong Lee choosing to cut the 4-5 Mon, possibly to delay dealing that East out.
That's right.
But also perhaps just looking for that nice half-flush value.
That's right. I have a feeling if Yudong gets closer to Tenpai, the East is going to come out. After all the non-colored tile, the wrong colored tiles, I should say, are released from that end.
That 5 so was a really nice draw, filling in that 4-6. Looking at a possible Itsu full straight as well.
So here, Tsubasa had drawn the 3rd white dragon, which is really vital. Unfortunately, sort of loses the chance at double East. Could call it and wait on the Dora, I suppose, but
the Sumo comes and you must listen.
That's right. So, it is 3 Han with 40 Fu. That's not bad.
Certainly not bad by any means, but not as big as it could have been.
That's right. That's right.
And they maintain the dealer. So, Tsubasa's 2nd dealer turn, East 2-1. Actually, East 2-2, because there's a draw in the first hand. They have a pair again, but this time it's the South, which is not their wind. But the rest of their hand looking pretty good for Pinfu with the South as the pair, possibly even Sanshoku with all those 2-3-4 shapes. Yudong Lee has a closed triplet of the north and has just called the red dragon, looking like possibly a flush, possibly also a chanta, an outside
A
hand.
legendary outside hand.
Yeah, that would be a very exciting hand. Interesting, Yamaneko chooses to throw the souths.
Yeah, that
Um,
sort of, well, they did get a new pair, but still needs
didn't they
5
already had the fours?
blocks. Yeah,
They already had the fours.
that's right. But
Yudong Lee chooses not to call Khan on the north. Probably a wise decision, if I may say, slightly boring one.
indeed. I think I would have probably called Khan on it.
Yeah, a closed Khan, it doesn't reveal much about your hand that isn't already kind of pretty visible or wouldn't
Yeah.
become visible.
Ooh, doesn't call that either.
That doesn't surprise me. At the moment, this 8-pin is their pair.
That's right.
And that would make it pretty tricky to call to Tenpai. Whereas now, if they call a 2-pin, that they are Tenpai with a nice weight.
Okay, Yamaneko moving like Tanyao or Sanchoku, one of the two. Of course, they are going to have to reset their pair should this be Sanchoku.
Let's see. Mark in the west seat is 1 away from Tenpai, looking at just a 2,000 point hand, White Dragon 1 Dora, most likely.
Yep.
Stefan has a pair of the green dragons, which may be called, but also a close triplet of the 4, and pairs of 9-mon and 4-pin, and looks like they have interestingly throwing the 5-6, hoping to call Pong as many times as they can, I suppose.
Yeah.
But they did call Chi, and so they have to call the green dragon. Toy Toy is not an option.
That's right. So this is interesting. Yudong on the right here has a 3-sided weight, although really it's 2-sided because there are no more 8-pin on the board.
Meanwhile, Mark has a 4-7 Mon weight, which may be more likely to come out. Although here Tsubasa has just drawn the 3rd 4-Mon.
Not willing to throw the east here. It's not a fresh tile, but there's only 1 on the table.
Oh, Stefan makes it to Tenpai, drawing that 3rd green dragon, and will actually get San Anko if they sumo it themselves.
Right. Yudong not changing his weight here, sticking to what he's got.
Yeah, which makes sense. I think. What would it even change to?
I think it might be 7 only, so yeah. Or he could have gone to a 3-8 Champon, but that would be strictly worse than what he's got right now.
Let's see. Yeah. Stefan had a lot of hesitation, but ended up throwing the Dora anyway, and it passed. And here, Mark may be about to deal into Stefan.
Yeah, that one's tough. That one's tough. It's not like any tiles in his hand were safer.
Pretty cheap.
That's true.
So far, Yamaneko's 7,800 point hand has remained the only big hand at the table.
That's right,
But
and
now
it keeps Yamaneko in a pretty solid lead with it.
But it's certainly not an unapproachable lead, and certainly not with 3/4 of the final still to play.
That's right.
Over 3/4, in fact. So now we're in East 3. Yudong Li is the dealer, and they have quite a nice hand, looking like a pretty solid hand for Pinfu, maybe Tanyao, maybe Sanchoku, but that's quite a ways away.
Right.
And they're not drawing especially helpful tiles just yet. Mark on the right has an interesting looking hand, kind of dancing around the idea of Sanchoku, and they also have that pair of the 8-so Dora. It'll be really interesting to see whether it manages to turn into a Sanchoku or not, whether it stays just Riichi Dora. Stefan has a triplet of the south, not a useful win for them, but is still. Let's see, they have a finished meld, looking like maybe 2 away. They've got several lone tiles still.
Yep, just got to 1 away, Stefan.
Yes, 1 away. And Tsubasa still a couple of tiles away, it looks like. with some awkward shapes, but improving slightly.
Yeah, I think Tsubasa might have the best chance at Pinfu here out of everybody. I mean, of course, Yudong
Yes.
has lost his when he pulled 2 Easts in and then called the third, but I don't think he's going to be too worried about that. He even has a Dora possibility.
But there is only one of those left in the wall.
That's true.
But it doesn't fit into Tsubasa's hands, so if they draw it, they may deal it.
Indeed, Tsubasa's hand is almost set in stone here. Oh, and that one away.
Unfortunately, just not Tanya with that 9-mon.
That's right.
Let's see, Stefan actually threw his 3-5 close weight, and it is looking like back to 2 away.
Yes, that's right.
As Yudong takes Tenpai on the 4-7 mon.
First to Tenpai? Very good.
Yes.
There's some sort of a Japanese proverb. There's some sort of Riichi proverb about being first to Tenpai. The gist is that it's good to do it.
Really? I never would have guessed.
I don't remember the whole thing.
Leave me alone. I'm bushed.
Oh man.
Alright. So Mark, still not quite making Tenpai, chose to throw the 6-so, interestingly. Perhaps is worried about Yudong's hand. Or perhaps just really wants to seal in. Looks like more it was just trying to set that 8-so pair in stone.
Oh, Riichi.
And Yamaneko calls Riichi, waiting on the 5 and 8 mon.
That's right. Did get Pinfu in the end. No Dora though.
Oh wait, that's
yep.
Yudong's tile.
That's Yudong's tile.
That is
Debuton.
I like that it says tone and then debuton.
Tone and then debuton. Tone debuton.
Interestingly, that really serves to level the field a bit more.
Definitely.
Still all to play for here. Yudong is the dealer again. Has 2 Dora in hand, but no clear route to a Yaku yet. The Tanya is a little bit spoiled at the moment by that 7-8-9 run. Let's see, Mark on the right looks like a little bit of a slow hand, the 1-2 and the 7-9 causing some problems, but overall not bad shapes all around, and then he's flushing out those less favorable shapes with some extra tiles. Stefan across has 4 pairs, and the pairs that they are there don't work especially well with each other, so that has a bit of a flavor of 7 pairs to it so far. And Tsubasa on the left looks like probably Tanya with 1, maybe Dora, 1 maybe 2 Dora, maybe Pinfu even, if those 3-3-4-4 could turn into an Ippei Ko. That could be really exciting.
That's
and even a possible Sanshoku on the 2-3-4.
And in the
meantime,
a number of monster draws here from the dealer. Not only a quick Yaku out with the green dragon, but also finds the 7-so to fill in the 6-8-so, and now is 1 away from Tenpai with some pretty decent weights.
Yeah, that's it really has kind of exploded for them here.
Yeah.
Could be their chance to take the lead away from Tsubasa and make a stand for this.
Even a calling possibility. With 2 Dora in hand, I might be willing to call the last green dragon. In fact, because it is the last, I think I definitely would call the green dragon.
I would absolutely call it. See, Mark on the right now has a completed Anko of the 6-pin and 3 more pairs, so could actually think about calling for Toy Toy if he wants to start calling and open his hand. Stefan's still only at 4 pairs. Unfortunately, not a lot of movement for him. Tsubasa now has 5 pairs, including a pair of the Dora. So may also end up going for Tanya and 7 pairs and 2 Dora, which would be a Mangan and bring them into a much more commanding lead.
Yeah, and I remember the last time someone had a hand like this, it was Riichi Potsumo for a Baimon.
That was David. Mark now draws his second Anko and is one away from Suanko Tenpai.
Yep.
Also, given that it's late in the round, probably pretty likely to call for Toy Toy.
Oh, and Yudong draws it, but unfortunately stuck with sort of a... Well, I guess either way it was going to be a bad wait.
Really an interesting... just in these one go-around, things have changed so much.
That's right.
Things have progressed.
Does go with the follow-up Riichi. The weight isn't super great, but the value is massive, so take the chance at getting all the way to Mangan there with the fourth Han.
Interestingly, now Mark, if he wants to go for that Toy Toy hand, will have to deal into Yudong.
Yeah, and that's going to be big.
I
wonder if he draws it himself. The Suanko chance, it almost surely comes out 3.
Yeah,
it comes out now. Yeah, the 5 is probably a little scarier than the 3.
He had that Fuji with the 6 mon that came out from Toyman's hand, but
that's right.
Unfortunately, it was not to be trusted. And yeah, ends up dealing into a dealer Mangan.
Dealer's Mangan. There you go.
Really unfortunate, but Yudong's very happy, naturally. And now, as the dealer, 2 unpaired dragons, 2 pairs, 1 completed meld, so it's not all bad, but looking a little bit on the slow side for the moment. Could use some more middle tiles to flesh it out a bit more. Mark on the right has a pair of the red dragon, but probably wants something a little bit more valuable than just 1,000 points after dealing into that big 12,000 point hand. Stefan across has a pair of easts, is currently in 3rd place, perhaps wants to get Yudong off of their dealership, may end up calling that east for a quick hand, we'll have to see. And Tsubasa on the left, decent hand, a couple of good shapes, but we'll take some luck to get to Pinfu. May end up just being Riichi only.
Yeah, I might have.
In fact, only 1 Dora on the table, and it's been dealt. I
might have thought about 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku with Tsubasa's hand, especially because the 1 mon is Dora. But Tsubasa just seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 as a spare tile, I suppose, and throwing the 1.
That is a bit of an interesting choice. And why the 1 and not the 4?
Yeah.
Because Tanya still doesn't seem like a hugely realistic possibility, although now...
Yeah, it's getting closer.
Well, throwing the 1 pin, but also throwing the 7 pin. I would think you'd throw the 1 pin pair first if you were really heading towards Tanya.
That is true. Gets the 7 pin again, though. And it looks like Stefan across the table is going to have to rely on the east for their Yaku as well.
Yeah. Possible Toy Toy, but only has 3 pairs, so would definitely need to pair something else up or end up on a pair weight.
That's true. Oh, and Tsubasa does come through with another 1, 2, 3. Oh, throws it out. Really sticking to Tanya, it would seem.
Let's see. Yudong now feeling a little bit upset that they threw that 5 mon so early.
Yeah, unfortunate there.
Very unfortunate. See, Mark has made it to 2 from Tenpai, it looks like. Or just one. But really would like to call that Red Dragon, I suppose.
Exactly.
It's a hand which is so close to Junchan or Achanta, an outside hand.
There's Junchan, there's
Especially if he could draw another 1 so.
That's
that
right.
would really be the ideal here.
Oh, and hits the wrong side. Wrong side of the 7-8 weight.
Interesting to see if he calls Riichi or waits for some more value. And he doesn't. He waits for more value.
That's right. Maybe just waiting for that red dragon to show up. The other thing is check out the 7-pin call on his right. I think that might actually be the bigger deterrent. Unless he's really digging for Chankan. Yeah, set the Suji trap and dig for Chankan right there. Well, to be fair, if it is Chankan, he can win without Riichi. Chankan is a Yaku on its own. Oh, but there it goes. It's gone. It was not Chankan.
It couldn't be.
That's right.
To him.
That's right.
Oh, will he throw the Dora? Or will he get rid of this 8-9 now that he sees all the 7s on the table?
Yeah, I mean, the 8-9 is useless, so
It is.
it doesn't do
Um,
anything.
we might throw the 8 here then. Yeah,
And
there it goes.
wisely does. Oh, Stefan hits. Stefan finds his Yaku. So he's one away with actual Yaku now. And still a decent chance at Toy Toy.
Here's the red dragon, but it gets cut.
Yeah.
And called.
Dora wait or not? Indeed, Dora
Technically
wait.
a Dora wait. And Tenpai for Stefan as well.
Oh, Sanzo! Sanzo!
Although it is a cheap hand, only 1,300.
That's right.
Still, just keeping the game moving with these cheap hands.
Yeah, Stefan getting a little closer.
Alright, let's see. Mark starting things off with a pretty good hand. Looks like 2 away from Tenpai. A couple of lone honors that probably will need to get discarded or paired up. He could get the double east still. That would double east Dora. That would be a heck of a draw. But it may be too much to hope for. There are some nice shapes there in Manzu. The closed triplet of 3-pin. That's an interesting thing. But I guess he's really, really hoping for that double east Dora 3, especially in last place.
Yep.
Stefan has a pair of south, which is his win, and a few other nice shapes. Completed meld to 2, 3, 4. So Tsubasa across looking like Tanyao, especially with now 3 finished triplets, but other than that, 3 lone tiles.
What will Mark do here? Yep, throws the excess tile.
Let's see, Yudongli. Looks like 1 away. Oh, pairs up the east.
Oh,
and
interesting.
For the
Yep,
green dragon.
that's fair.
I think that's a good move.
Yeah, I mean, green dragon is dead if you look on the board.
It is dead, and he can keep the relatively more useful 3-4 weight.
Exactly.
Yudongli has now made it to Tenpai, waiting on the 6-9 pin and the 5-so.
Yep, a nice 3-sided weight. That's one of them, but it fits into Stefan's hand. But that 6-pin, though.
Yeah, the 9 pins are unlikely to leave Mark's hand, I would say, but that last 6-pin may come out right now, in fact. Oh, no, the 7s.
Stays alive. I think maybe he throws the 3-mon first, and then the 6-pin.
Interesting, that 3-mon as well.
It gives a little bit more value. Potential Suanko. A little bit more ways to Tenpai as well. A couple. Oh, yeah. Will that save the 6? It should, at least for this turn. Yeah.
Interesting. Will he take the Tenpai? He does not.
Yeah, or even the even the move for Toy Toy there was also an option. So you could call anything.
Yeah, especially now that this 5 has come out.
Yeah. Especially because look at all the calls on the table. It's got to be worried that waiting only on the Dora is probably difficult, but doesn't go for it though. This is an interesting potential weight swap. Nope, throws it out.
Keeps it. Let's see, is he worried about the north? No, there's already 1 north on the table. Let's see, that 4-6 pin still looking like the weakest shape in the hand. Oh, but that's actually.
It comes out.
Unfortunately,
it was a Tenpai. That's right.
It was Tenpai, yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the rich get richer. Not only does that happen, but Mark loses his dealer turn. That is Mark,
that's right.
Yes, Mark. This is his dealer turn. Stefan starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 tiles for Kokoshi. Probably not quite enough, but maybe going for it instead. Dealing with Dora on the very first discard. And Mark noticing it.
Just the perfect emoji with the head scratch.
Wow.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Stefan has a couple other options here.
Yeah. Interesting to go for it with only 8 tiles and only 4 of the honors. The conventional wisdom that I've heard is that if you've got fewer tiles for Kokushi, but you have most of or all of the honor tiles, it's more worth going for. But it does seem that Stefan has now given up on it and
Yeah,
going for a flush, which is coming
it's
so far.
showing up.
Yeah, I suppose that West call also is very discouraging.
Yeah, I agree. The little bit discouraging is 4 isolated honors. Even when you're making a half flush, sometimes you can be a little elusive. There can be an illusion that those 4 honor tiles are like melds in your hand when they're really just all isolated tiles.
Absolutely. But Stefan does keep drawing Mon tiles, so it may
That's
come
true.
together after all.
Yeah, even a full flush at this rate if he just
Yeah.
keeps getting Manzu tiles.
Let's see, who's going to ruin its day? Mark is 1 away from Tenpai, has that closed triplet of the 9 stone, which also is a pretty good counter to a potential Kokushi, which of course is now gone, but is 1 away from Tenpai there.
That's right.
Tsubasa on the right, looking like Tanyao. Still 1 away though.
Yeah, I
and
think
not a lot of
Tsubasa's
good
actually
shapes.
2 away here.
2 away. You're right. But and not a lot of good shapes there. So, but can definitely be called.
Yes.
Let's see. Yudong Lee just finishing that. That meld at 5, 6, 7. Not quite Tenpai still. They need a pair.
That's right.
But 1 away as well.
Ooh,
Yamaneko
there's a pair.
fourth.
What other pair can you ask for but the Dora pair for Yudong Lee? Oh, would you call? Maybe, right? I mean, the weight's not good right now. Might as well
you can
make
get
it a
better weight.
Mangan. Yeah, might as well also makes it a Mangan as well. That's a big
Which
pickup.
side do you pick though?
Okay.
3, 6.
Ooh.
And I guess Stefan just wants to keep pushing forward.
Yep.
Throws that safe tile, the red dragon. Oh, and there it comes.
Sumo Mangan.
Rich get richer.
Let's go Toronto. Oh, this is a big lead though now.
That really is. This is going to be difficult to come back from for the other players.
Yeah, that's right. There is still a second game though, so it's not all over after this game.
But if you are sitting in first and you've got those points, the thing is, right now, Yudong has all of these points, but they are still vulnerable to being taken. But once the first game ends and you enter the second game, those points are in the bank.
That's right.
And all you have to do is defend them.
Yeah, it's a lot safer when you don't have to force every hand, and you can actually fold some that are a little less,
yeah,
a little more risky, I should say.
All right, Yamaneko here, our dealer in South 2. Their last dealer turn for this game. Looking like a very callable Tanyao hand. No Dora on the table, 1 in Mark's hand, but that will be interesting to see how that shakes out. And they keep drawing nice tiles, Tsubasa does. Now, only, let's see, 1 away? 2 away, I think. Still 2 away.
Yeah,
but
like
lots of tiles that can be called. Let's see, Yudong on the right has a pair of north, not a good wind. But several nice shapes. But it's hard to see that hand getting anywhere without calling Riichi, especially now that they've drawn this white dragon Dora and seemingly want to hold on to it for a little while.
Yeah.
Stefan on the left, probably looking at a Pinfu. Lots of nice shapes going on there. I think still 2 away, though.
Yes, I believe so.
Let's see, Mark across in last place, but looking at a potential full flush. And a very interesting flush as well.
Oh, will Yamaneko be able to read this one? That looks like 4-7 for Ipeiko. Either side is a different Ipeiko. Yeah.
Yes, it's a 4-5-6, a 5-6-7, and a 5-6 in that shape there.
That's right. I
And
wonder.
Mark just immediately pushes with that 8-pin. I think he is going full speed ahead for the full flush,
Yeah,
despite having thrown that 9-mon, maybe to throw people off the scent because he has so many low tiles.
yeah. It's interesting. Mark still has a dealer turn and, like a second game, and he's fighting into a dealer Riichi, but just the allure of this closed full flush. It's
Yeah,
still closed.
it's a possibility even for San Anko and
Yeah.
a full flush.
Or Suanko even. This is kind of wild.
It could, but there are still several winning tiles left for Tsubasa.
That's
There
right.
are only 6 visible, so there's still 2 left in the wall.
Oh, will he push this one? Still pushing.
Yeah, I think he's pushing full speed ahead. Question will Stefan. He keeps the 6 instead of the 9, which is a known safe tile.
Oh, you couldn't call that one. He actually has no high Manzu tiles. They're all in
Yeah.
the low section.
So the question is, what are people thinking about that 9-mon coming out of the hand before the 7-8?
That's right.
Let's see. So far, nobody else has reached Tenpai. Stefan has danced around it a little bit, and Yudong Lee has managed to get a pair of the South, their wind, and can't call that the Tenpai, but that would require dropping the White Dragon.
Yeah, even this
Which
8
is
is not
Dora.
callable. But
They ditch the North pair. Meanwhile, Mark makes it to Tenpai with the 6 Mon,
This
and
is
is now
kind of
waiting
insane.
on, let's see, 2, 5, and 1.
and 3 apparently. I didn't see it, but they lit up, so it has to be.
Is it?
They lit up. I'm trusting the game. Nobody else is waiting on 3 months, so it has to be him. Mark is waiting on 3
4,
months.
5, 6. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait. Yes. Oh, it could be a 6-6, a 4-5-6, and well, it's all gone now. But that
It's
is
all gone now.
But that was a beautiful hand.
Oh, even found Ura here. Riichi Ipeko Tanyao Dora for the manga.
That was a beautiful, beautiful hand.
Yeah, and now Tsubasa. Yep.
And now we have a tie for last place.
That's also
Wow.
true. That's also true.
Man, that had to hurt. Missing that close.
Yeah, just being in last and not getting that, it's just unfortunate.
That 3, by the way, it would have actually added Ipeko as well. But it was not to be, and we are moving on yet again.
That's right.
Tsubasa now, a little bit of a decent hand here. Still only has 4 blocks with that isolated 7. Would really love to draw the 6 Dora, I guess, to go along with that. Let's see. Yudong Lee on the right has called the Green Dragon. Has 2 two-sided weights and can likely call either of them for Tenpai. Mark across has a pair of the 6 Dora and a finished run with the 1, 2, 3, looking in pretty good shape. And
Yep.
Where's that overlay? I forgot.
bad.
Stefan, of course.
Yep.
Stefan on the left has the closed triplet of South, and it's likely. Let's see, is that not quite 1 away? It looks like 2 away.
Yes.
So that has to get rid of that East, but really looking for that 7 to use the Dora. Oh, too late.
Yes. Tsubasa here actually broke a full 789 meld to go for Tanya, which gave Yudong his 789 meld, and then just a quick roam there. Tsubasa's dealer's turn is over.
Yeah. So now Toronto representing in first place in the lead in South 3 in this first half of the final, with a decent hand, an okay hand. No melds yet, but some decent shapes. But that dreaded Dragon Chow and immediately
Right.
cuts the Red Dragon. All 4 Red Dragons on the table within the first 2 discards. Let's see, Mark on the right. decent hand. Pair of Wests, which are not his wind, of course. South Dora, none visible at all yet.
That's
All
quite
four still in
interesting.
the wall. Very interesting. Stefan, across from us, has a closed triplet of the 1-so and pairs of 6 and 8. That'll be an interesting hand to see how that shapes up. And on the left, Yamaneko getting pretty close to Tenpai, actually, with 2 finished melds already, and some nice shapes in Pinzu. Threw away the 1 pin, probably won't get Itsu, but it's not impossible.
Yamaneko could pull in a Pinzu Tanyao here, possibly. Stefan across table. Very interesting. With like 4 pairs, one of them is actually all the way up to a triplet. Might go for Toy Toy. The Yudong also now with a triplet of his own, 1 away.
And but seemingly going for Tanyao, throwing this pair of 9 mana.
That's right.
Still no Souths anywhere to be seen.
Where are all the... Oh, there's
Interesting.
one.
Yamaneko chooses to keep the 9-so, now holding 2 of these Nobetan shapes that keep showing up everywhere.
That's right.
In favor of ditching the 7-mon from that really unfavorable 2, 4, 5, 7 shape.
Okay. Mark, interesting. Going for a long shot Itsu, a full straight. He still needs 2 tiles for it. 2 very specific tiles. Unfortunately, 2 of them in that Riichi.
Yeah, which has just been called by Stefan. Waiting on the 1-mon and the 6-pin. 1-mon, there's been 1 thrown. 6-pin, there's 1 in Tsubasa's hand. Unlikely to come out. I think the 9-pin would get thrown before the 6.
Yeah, there are actually 2 1-mon on the table, so
yes,
that side is dead for Stefan, and then Mark's Itsu is dead, but it looks like he's trying to fold. It's difficult with those tiles, though.
It's funny, I remember earlier there was another instance where there was a kind of questionable call on a 7-8-9 mon, which seemingly could have gone towards an Itsu, but just didn't have the tiles for it.
Yep.
Sometimes things happen again.
Let's see where Mark
I
goes
wonder
with
if the
this
9
one.
pin is going to come out here.
Alright, so we've got
5 mon.
We've got some final confirmation. Mark is from Philadelphia. And
excellent.
Yeah, and Yamaneko is from Markham. I believe I mentioned that earlier, but it was sort of a passing note.
Let's see, Mark has reached Tenpai, waiting on... Oh, but he passes it up.
Yeah, no Yaku on it, I guess.
No Yaku, but no matter what, it's near the end of the round. You might as well take the Tenpai.
That's right.
If you've got it.
I think he's scared of the hands ahead of him. That
Perhaps,
too was a safe tile.
Yamaneko has also called Riichi, waiting on a closed wait on the 5-pin. 1 of those left in the wall, I think.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
But is it in the live or the dead wall?
I am for anyone who doesn't know, I actually personally come from Philadelphia, so I'll be also rooting for Mark here.
Hey.
I'll be happy if Toronto or Philadelphia comes in first place.
That's Tenpai.
The city I live in and the city I come from.
Hey, Yudong is Tenpai on a Mangan, but now, danger. There's 2 Riichis on the table.
But they take it.
Yep.
And let's see, that last 6-pin is still in the wall, and nobody wins. Nobody ends up winning.
Yeah, this was actually a lot scarier than it would first seem.
Unfortunately, Mark, Philly rep, falling even further into last place, but it is still South 3. Yudong Lee has started with a pair of the Yakuhai Green Dragon, and now with 2,300 points on the table, may look to go for this quick win and just score that much more points to secure their lead going into the last game. And here it comes.
That's right.
Mark once again with a pair of the West, which is still not his wind, and looking like a possible pin for that closed weight filling in pretty nice for him. This 2, 4, 6, 8 Not ideal, but lots of ways for it to fill in and make a nicer shape, like that. That's 7 mon right there.
Yeah, the earlier you have that kind of shape, the better it is. The later you have
Absolutely.
it, the more it's likely to deal in.
Absolutely. But if you can also get it early like that, there's a potential to set up a Suji trap for yourself
Exactly.
when you have a shape like that. Stefan in the west seat has a few pairs of finished meld with a 789, but doesn't look like a lot of excitement over there just yet. That 3 cut.
2 in a row.
Interesting. On the left, Tsubasa probably can call for Tanyao if they want. A decent number of tiles that can be called. Possibility to keep the Dora as well. Only one Dora visible, and it was Mark's first discard. Very interesting.
Yeah, Mark, I suppose, didn't want the danger of it, seeing as he's got 5 clear blocks.
Mm-hmm. I think the 1 pin is the cut from here, yeah.
Indeed.
I guess you really want that 5 mon now, and then you get that Pinfu. But
it's true.
I'm sure he'll take whatever comes to him at this point. He needs to get to his dealership and try to leverage it to win as many points as he can.
Sorry, interesting call there from Yudong. Still needs to find a pair, but does change that weight into a 2-sided weight. So from the 5-7 mon to the 7-8, waiting on 6-9 instead of just 6. Or, yeah, instead of just 6 mon.
Mm-hmm. Mark draws an interesting tile, that 4 mon, and he decides to keep the 4-4-6 instead of the 3-4-4. I think that's a wise move, because now he's got this 3-sided shape in Pinzu.
Yeah,
but he's got a little bit more insurance in case he draws a 4-mon.
Yeah, or a west in this case.
Yeah, unfortunately both wests are on the table already.
Yeah.
See, Yamaneko's still not quite making it to Tenpai. Yudong Lee draws a Dora, but also not quite to Tenpai.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Mark, he makes it to Tenpai, but he sees those wests on the table. So will he take the 5-mon weight, or will he try to make it for Pinfu?
Yeah.
Nope, he just goes for it. And he goes for the 4-mon only.
Yep.
Actually, probably a worse weight, given that the there are 3 5-mons and only 2 4-mons. So interesting choice. I wonder if he was able to see the wests on the board.
Yamaneko also found Tenpai here. See all the tiles lighting up. So many red tiles lighting up when Yamaneko found Tenpai. That's not their Tenpai though.
Nope.
Scary one.
Dealt? Will it be dealt? It's a cheap hand though.
Yamaneko has a safe tile. At least one.
Oh, and they bail.
Indeed.
That's probably the right move.
That's 2 5-mon that would have won Mark. Make that 3. Make that 3 5-mon.
Yeah, and unfortunately Mark now has no winning tiles left.
Yeah, unfortunate. Well, Tsubasa might release their 4-mon though. But I guess
think if they didn't throw it then, I doubt it'll come out at all.
Yeah, fair point. Interesting they went with the Suji instead of the completely safe tile. Maybe still trying to make Tenpai.
It is still a possibility. The 8-pin is also Suji. It may be that they're hoping to draw a 7-pin and
Stefan willing. Yeah, it is.
7.
Dora was safe against the Riichi, but not exactly safe against Dealer here. Dealer does not take the Tenpai.
Yeah, they actually broke up their Tenpai.
That's right.
In order to avoid dealing a risky tile. So maybe Mark will actually end up with more points from the Tenpai payments than he otherwise would have won with the hand. Which, that's a good outcome.
Yeah, that's fair. Although Mark would have got his Riichi stick back at least.
And I think, but it's still more points this way than the other, I believe. Yeah, 3,000.
Yeah, 3,000. Well, 3,000 minus 1,000, it's like
Mm-hmm.
2,000. Yeah, still more
Okay.
than 1,300.
Yeah. Unless there were Ura, of course, but we don't know that.
Right.
Now, Mark, there's 3,600 points on the table, so he
Yeah.
really wants to make this a fast hand. But unfortunately, it's looking not that fast at the moment. He's got 3 unpaired Yakuhai and a pair of North, which is not Yakuhai.
Will he go for the half flush? Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. Not yet. Stefan's hand also looking a bit slow. Yamaneko's hand also looking a bit slow. And Yudong Li's maybe the fastest right now with the Finnish meld and that 1, 2, 3, but also 3 unpaired honors. And Mark draws the white dragon for the fast hand.
It looks like Mark has the advantage here. I think Stefan isn't too bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, with this 8, will he go for
that
the
is
flush
insane.
now?
That is a massive hand. You could either
Oh, he throws the 9 instead. Interesting.
willing to keep the lone east tile, even though it's only single east in this round.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting maneuver.
Maybe
there.
he's hoping to swap it for the north. Swap the east for the north. Yeah.
That's right. Is that how it works? You can do trades like go fish. Anyone? Anyone have a north? Oh, never mind. He was.
That 3/4 has got it.
Oh, no flush.
No flush. He's really going for. Although honestly, the flush probably would have been faster.
Bruh, Galaxy Brain maneuver doesn't make the call. Doesn't make the call on the 5.
He's really holding out for a Yakuhai. He wants to be sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's got 2 different Yakuhai pairs, so he's guaranteed to have one by the end.
He's probably. I would wager that he might throw. Do you think he's going to throw that 3/4 or the north pair once he gets to call a Yakuhai?
Oh my!
He's
just drawing everything. Everything. He's just drawing it.
And he throws the 3/4. He is going for the flush.
He's psychic. He knows if he calls, he's gonna ruin his flow because he's just drawing so many. He's like, if I call, I won't draw all these amazing tiles.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't call.
If he draws the white, that would be amazing. If he could wait on the north, that probably would be the best case scenario, assuming Yudong does not throw it out right now.
That's right.
Between now and then, of course. The north would be a great wait if he can call the white.
Yudong cutting the 4th 4-pin from his hand. Maybe also psychic because he does not want to drop the north. I guess it is his wind.
That and this flush is really well camouflaged with those Pinzu in the discard.
Yeah, maybe that was their purpose all along. But Tsubasa meeks Tempai first, and Stefan.
Yeah, Shampon on the 4-so and 6 Mon.
Yeah, Stefan also with a pretty scary hand now as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if it's
there's the north.
There it
and
goes.
And the 3-so is safe. And now we have made it to Tempai.
Oh, con attempt against the Riichi? Passes.
With a weight on the 1/4 Mon, but it's not a great weight because he's using up so many of his own winning tiles.
That's right.
Oh, this is a dangerous one.
Could improve the weight. Okay, goes for a Shampon. I wonder.
Wow.
Well, it is Toy Toy.
That's the Hanemon.
Yeah, there's also Sananko as a possibility on a sumo.
Wow. Will this 5 get thrown?
Is Mark willing? He is willing. He's pushing. And it passes.
It does pass.
This hand is insane.
Oh,
what is going on? A door has been pulled from Yudong and he's out.
5 passes again.
Passed before, it'll pass again, right?
Yeah, there's only 1 winning tile left for Stefan in the wall. It's a 1 Mon. Where are the 4-sos? There are still 2 4-sos left in the wall.
Oh, Yudong goes for it too! Couple 5s already out.
8.
Oh, the 7 also passes.
Oh, wow, this is so terrifying. Oh, 5. Oh, no. Oh, wow, that was so scary. Holy crap.
Yudong could have lost his lead in the blink of an eye right there after that.
All those monster hands, it's the 1,300 points to go to the leader.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he had to Riichi because he had no Yaku if he wanted to stop.
Oh my goodness. What? Talk about going out with a whimper.
Woo! Everything on the board. Time was stopped there.
What a like going out with a bang, but also with a whimper, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Ooh, that was that was a little bit of a that was a roller coaster. Okay, the scores are in already. Because obviously there's only one game and it finished 5 minutes ago. So you should be able to see the scores now. I mean, no surprises really. We literally saw the exact scores from Mahjong Soul. It showed it to us at the end of that game. Well, these are the current scores. And I'll just get them here in my streaming program. Okay. Alright, so that was interesting. Do you think you would have Riichi'd against the scary table being in first place?
I would have found it very difficult to call that Riichi. I
Yeah,
gotta say, it's such a cheap hand against what is a very scary board. Although, to be honest, the dealer Honitsu was pretty well
that
camouflaged.
is true.
But still, maybe you have some inkling that there's a Chinitsu across the table from you that's pretty visible. There's already one Riichi, and you're in first, and you really just want to take, as I said, take those points and put them in the bank.
Right. It was
Um,
pretty spooky. Like, the ability to roam is kind of key there. And I guess your weights are two of the tiles that your Toyman would probably want, right? You have 5-8, so you're guarding them. In fact, the 8-mon was one of the tiles, so you wouldn't have to throw that one. It's tough to say though,
yeah,
because with that big of a lead, it feels like it's probably okay just to let things rock as they are. Although if the dealer
yeah,
wins, then you have to go again. Very
yeah.
tough
And
decision.
at the very least, you can cut that tile for Tenpai, and you won't have to pay if it goes to a draw. If I recall correctly, it was quite close to the end of that round.
Yes, yes, it was pretty close to the end. Although it would have probably been a Renchan because the dealer was Tenpai. I don't know if you can see that from Yudong's position, but
Hmm.
it's you might have an inkling that the dealer is Tenpai.
Indeed, indeed. It's a tough call, but maybe this is my own failing, but I would have had a really hard time calling that Riichi.
Yeah. All right. So we have an announcement from the main man himself, the organizer of the tournament, Loic Roberge. Let's jump into the channel with Loic and see what's up. Hello, Loic. You are live on Tipzntrix camera. I mean, not camera, but you know.
Yay!
Salut
Hello!
Loïc, ça
Hello
va?
chat! Salut Joseph, ça va bien toi?
Oui, moi
Alright,
aussi.
let's just wait for Lorenzo. Let's see if I can get it.
Oh.
Loic ran away. He has to rein in his staff, dude.
Yeah, where the stuff. Alright, so let's wait a few seconds for Lorenzo to come over here. I have some announcements to make whenever he's ready.
Yes.
There he is. Je pense que je suis aussi sur Riichi Santana. Oui, Yann, tu peux être des nôtres. Donc, here's some announcements for this tournament.
Juste un instant, je vais mettre tout sur mute avant que tu fasses tous les annoncements.
Ah, ok. Tant que ça passe sur le stream, parce que c'est pour ça qu'on est là.
Ah, tu veux que je le dise sur le stream?
Oui, mais diffuse-le sur le stream, s'il te plaît.
Et voilà, c'est fait.
Parfait. Donc, first of all, premièrement, merci à tous d'être avec nous aujourd'hui. La première game de finale a été pas mal. The first finals game was quite a roller coaster of emotions. So, stay tuned for the next game. Ensuite, j'aimerais dire un grand merci à tout le staff qui m'a aidé pendant le tournoi. I'd like to say a big thank you to all the staff that helped me during the tournament. D'abord les streamers, Lorenzo avec Anne comme commentatrice aussi sur le stream en français. And also Jeremy, Tipzntrix on the English stream with Joseph as commentator. You guys have been amazing, all four of you. Thank you for making these streams and making the tournament alive. It is great. I'd also like to thank, j'aimerais aussi remercier tous les subs et toutes les personnes qui nous ont aidés pendant le tournoi, incluant Shan qui nous a aidé beaucoup, Matthew Rappaport de Toronto as well. He helped us very much with some games earlier in the tournament, and Ari. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Ari, AIRI, who's helped us with setting up the tournament earlier. So thank you so much, and big shout out to Chase from the Seattle Riichi Mahjong Club, who has done so much work to automate the tournament, to make it easier to plug the tournament into Mahjong Soul. So big shout out to Chase. Thank you so much. He's done a lot of work on Irie. It's Irie. Sorry, I might have pronounced it wrong. So thank you, Chase, also for your work on Tournibot, which has been used in Animevo and has been used here as well. This tool is amazing. If you want help running your tournament, Chase is the guy that will help you out. Next, thank you. Merci beaucoup à tous les participants d'avoir été présents avec nous pendant le tournoi. Thank you to all the participants who were there. You are the tournament, you are the people, and this was fun, and this couldn't have happened without you. So thank you very much. Donc, les annonces pour les prochains tournois. The next Montreal tournament will take place next year, so probably I'm not looking in a date right now, but probably on October 2 and 3, 2021. So stay tuned. The date might change, but 2 et 3 octobre 2021, 2 and 3 October 2021. Mark this to your calendar. It's a possible date for the 7th Montreal Riichi Open. Date possible pour le 7e tournoi de Riichi de Montréal. Also, I want to say a little shout out to Luke, who made RiichiOut.com, which is a super site where you can see all the tournaments happening. It was done for North America at first, but it's gone global now, so it's pretty cool. So thanks to Luke for that tool. The tournament results will be uploaded to Riichi Out after the final ends, so we will have them there as well. And the next tournament that is announced on the Riichi Out page right now, you've seen it on Jeremy's stream, on Tipzntrix's stream. It's the Extra Lions Open, which will take place on October 31, November 1st, and November 7th. You can see the announcement on the page on Jeremy's stream right now. So done by Ari. Sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing names. But yeah, she's super awesome, super amazing, and part of a great community. And I think it's the first tournament for Extra Lions, so be sure to subscribe to this tournament. It's gonna be fun. So I don't know if you streamers would like to add anything for all the viewers.
All right, I'll go first here. Gotta unmute myself on both. But yeah, I mean, thanks Loic for holding the tournament. Loic and Sean as well. I know Sean was subbing in did a lot of work for the tournament, as well as all the rest of the Montreal staff, Lorenzo and Anne on the stream. Yeah, this has been
Thanks a lot.
quite an exciting tournament. We've had a lot of interesting games, even to cast as well. I mean, I'd like to thank Joseph here, Joe Trahedron. This is actually his first time doing big commentary like this, and he's been doing a really good job on it. So applause for Joseph there on his
Yeah.
debut.
Thank you. It's been really fun, really exciting to get a chance to do this.
Yeah, and then I guess for my part, thanks to all of my viewers as well in the chat, hyping things up. All the bits, the raids, the subs, all that. I feel a little selfish doing that, but thank you, thank you all of you for showing, and all the players for bringing us this exciting mahjong. Yeah,
There's been no shortage of exciting mahjong, that's for sure.
that's right, and that's it for me here. I'm sure there's a lot of other things, but you covered so much.
Lorenzo, you want to add something? Might it be in French or English or both?
Je remercie tout le monde d'écouter cette chaîne. Normalement, elle n'est pas nécessairement faite pour caster des tournois, mais après maintenant 14 heures de stream, c'était une belle expérience. Je remercie Loïc, Sean, tout le monde de Montréal. I thank you Tipzntrix for teaching me how to use OBS properly. And from there, thank you to Shan, to Anne, also helping me co-host this channel.
Well, it was fun. C'était vraiment le fun. C'est la première fois que je faisais des commentaires sur des parties de Mahjong. C'était un peu étrange par moment, mais je pense que je m'en suis pas trop mal tirée. So it was really fun. And also, we do have to say, thanks a lot, Loic, for almost single-handedly organizing most of the thing that happened yesterday and today.
Thanks a lot for the things, I guess. It's a lot of work, but it's very fun. So with all that, je sais pas si tu voulais rajouter quelque chose, Anne.
Non, ça va être tout pour moi. On va être prêt à commencer la suite, je pense.
Awesome. So, les joueurs sont présentement ready sur Mahjong Soul. Dans le lobby du tournoi, the players are ready. So, they are being placed in game right now. And we are ready to start. So, of course, the streams will be 5 minutes late. But Anshan 12 Finals version 2, game 2 rather. Round 12 begin!
Hey, merci beaucoup de Montréal!
Yes, thanks to you. So the game has started. Finals 2 has started. Yoroshiku no gaishimasu.
Yoroshiku no gaishimasu!
And see you soon in another tournament, I hope, or next year in Montreal.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let the games begin.
Alright, see you there. Okay. Because I moved channels, I have to reshare my screen with you. Let's hope this works.
You have 5 minutes, so.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. I think we're good. I think it's working. So.
How about that Loic, everyone? What a great
Yeah.
guy.
Loic actually is one of the earliest proponents of Mahjong in all of Canada, I think. I think the Montreal club is the first club I heard about in Canada for Riichi Mahjong.
He certainly, he was not, the founder of the club, but since he joined it, he has very quickly taken a very active role in running it and running the tournaments.
Yeah. And have to give a thanks for that, really.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see here. Back to the tournament. There
The Montreal club was the first one that I heard about in Canada, but that was also because. Sorry, my accident clicked off the channel. It's because I used to live in Montreal and learned to play mahjong there and found the club there. So you kind of expect that.
That is a fair point. Oh man, everyone's trolling Canada in the chat. Oh,
Wow.
just blanket ban? Blanket ban? Just slash ban star? Or is there a regular expression in IRC that I can use? Montreal.
Ban everyone. No viewers. Nobody's allowed to watch. Nobody's allowed to watch the final anymore.
Oh man. But yeah, really, thank you guys for watching. This has been exciting. And it's been nice to share it with everyone. Players, viewers, staff, all that. Oh, what was I gonna say? I was going to say that Montreal Club being started in 2003 is actually crazy. That's over 17 years. Or maybe a little under 17, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is really amazing how Riichi Mahjong has taken off in North America in the last, I mean, I would say in the last 5 years, but I would guess that there was even there's even events before that I am not aware of. But I do know that the tournament scene certainly has really taken off, and a lot of new tournaments have been created in the last 5 years.
That's right.
And now there's tournaments in Montreal and Rochester, in Seattle, I believe, in LA, in Philadelphia. There was the North American Open in New York. There was the World Riichi Open in Las Vegas. It's a good time to, pandemic aside, it's a good time to be a Riichi Mahjong player in North America.
Yeah. And then, just one more shout out to YoStar here before the finals. YoStar and Cat Food Studios with their prizes that they have given to the Montreal Riichi Open. First place being 3 summon scrolls and 25,000 coppers. Second place 10,000 coppers. Third place 7,000 coppers. And fourth place 5,000 coppers. Everyone left in the tournament getting a prize, and they are one game away from getting their hands on it. We will see who gets the summon scrolls. Who gets the chance at the limited time rate up characters going on right now.
It's all to play for. I mean, there are some pretty dramatic scores from the first game, but anything can happen. Some things are much less likely to happen, but anything can happen.
Anything really can happen. And let's start seeing as what has happened so far. So get that in there.
Mooncake.
We've got mooncakes. Everyone with their mooncake greeting, eating their own cake. We've got Yamaneko to start with 2 completed melds and a pair. This could be interesting. But that Dora, not connected yet. On the right, Stefan has a couple decent tiles, but no real great shapes. Just one 2-sided shape. Across the table, Mark has a completed meld with a couple decent weights and a pair, so not bad. But as we can see here on the left, Yudong already out to the races. Might even have a full flush, or not full flush, half flush. Honitsu might have Toy all triplets. Just has that Dora to worry about. And he's actually holding on to it. Maybe we'll use it instead of the half flush.
The interesting thing would be if he could pair up that Dora, the 2-Han from that Dora would make up for the 2-Han missing from half flush, but he decided to just go for the flush.
Yeah, I guess he finally found another half flush tile, and so takes it instead of trusting Dora pair. To be fair, trusting Dora pair has been a good strategy this entire tournament.
Yeah, much more productive than you might otherwise think.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe Yudong's made the wrong move here. We will
Well,
have to see.
Tsubasa has unfortunately not managed to draw anything that sticks to that 4-pin, but may be feeling a little bit better about throwing it if they get to Tenpai, having seen Yudong throw it on their left.
That's right. And on the way here, Yudong still not getting any more tiles in his suit. Still not. But Tsubasa here, I think, yeah, one away could connect to the Dora and immediately be Tenpai with that.
Mark also one away from a Tanyao Pinfu 3-sided weight.
Yeah.
But it does rely on drawing that 6-pin.
Oh,
And here-
what a
here we
draw.
are.
What a draw for Yamaneko Tsubasa here. That is not Pinfu, but it is Riichi with 1 Dora. Decent chance for Ura.
3 deal-in tiles
Riichi.
on the table.
That's right.
And Mark takes the closed weight. Their weights overlap, so we could have potential for a head bump here.
That's true. Mark stealing the tile from Tsubasa here. But Tsubasa has the wider weight.
They do
general.
indeed, and the more valuable hand.
That's right.
Well, actually, no. I think they're no. It is more valuable because of the Dora. Yeah.
Yeah, Tsubasa has the Dora.
Well, no. They're both Riichi +1. Riichi 1 Dora and Riichi.
Oh, it's got
Tanyao.
Tanyao. Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. But the dealer is still more valuable.
True.
Oh, interesting. Oh, goes for the 6 weight. Although I guess that's more of safety than thinking it's a better weight, in my
It could
opinion.
be, yeah.
Considering 2 people are in Riichi, I mean, they're just going to throw whichever tile.
And a pair weight is a pair weight. The odds. And
That's a pair weight is a one hand,
Wow.
apparently.
yeah.
A Tamahane is head bump. It is on because we are using as close to WRC rules as possible. So,
Haneman to kick off the second round of the final.
oh, and he's already winning.
Yeah.
That's a lot of trouble for the rest of our competitors here.
Absolutely.
Let's
Especially for Yamaneko in second place, but getting hit with the dealer penalty.
see. Yes,
from
had to
that,
pay
Haneman
6,000
duo.
instead of 3,000. Had to pay double what everyone else had to pay. Not over yet, but Yudong in a very strong position right now, both from the last game and this game. So this hand here, you've seen Stefan already call the Green Dragon. 2 away from Tenpai because he doesn't have his pair yet. Small hand, but obviously as the dealer, you get to keep your dealer turn. Mark 2 away, missing his second meld. He's got his pair, but he doesn't have his second meld weight set up. Still a bunch of isolated tiles there. Across the table.
Interesting. Stefan draws the last green dragon, but chooses to hold off on the Khan for now.
Yeah. The con will just keep showing up. That's what I notice when I play on Mahjong Soul. That thing just keeps showing up. If you have 6, 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, it will just keep asking you, con that 7.
But in a situation like this, it really feels like, it really wants you to do it. you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it would be pretty bad if Stefan did it now after the Riichi and also holding the
Probably.
isolated deal-in tile. Yeah.
But
You don't...
fortunately, they did not choose to deal it on the first turn.
Right.
They went with the relatively safer. Well, actually, I'm not sure it even is relatively safer. It's a
The
Live
East?
Tile and a Yakuhai, yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, it did not deal in. So.
That's right. I mean, the safe part about honors is they can never make runs, and runs are pretty common. But that one dealt in. Decided not to throw the green dragon. It's actually still holding it for a con, even though the green dragon was mostly a safe tile.
I mean, I think it's pretty much entirely a safe tile. And at this point, if you're not going to con it, you should just throw it.
Yeah, I mean, there might have been the off chance that Tsubasa was waiting on Kokushi, like a super early, but that's it. That's the only way it deals in.
But then there's basically no escape. And if you think that's a possibility, then you're basically giving up on your hand completely.
That's right. So, Mark here, he's got a pair of East. That's double East, actually. He's got a Dora in hand that can kind of fit, and he's got another pair. So he might be quickly on his way to a 2-han hand, or 3-han with the Dora. On the right,
Which
we've got... Yep.
No, go for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, on the right, Yudong, he's got some decent shapes in Manzu and Sozu, but 3 isolated honors means the hand's a little bit slow. Finds a second Dora, though, so that's going to be useful. May look to open call for Tanya. Across the table, Yamaneko's got a full 1-man Anko. And another meld now here, 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, 4, so however you want to look at it. But a lot of isolated tiles. Ooh, 3-so. 3-so hits. On the left, we see Stefan already called a guest wind to go for this half flush. So far, no other value, but might be able to make a full straight with it.
It's possible, but I think the most likely route to Tenpai is just calling the 8 or the 9.
Yes.
Or this 1, and now on this Shampon wait.
Yeah.
I suppose if they draw the 4 pin, then they can swap out one of the 8s and possibly get a full straight, but that still relies on drawing or calling the last 9 pin for the win.
Exactly.
As opposed to the 3 or 6.
I believe Stefan could even chi the 4 pin if necessary. And
They
cut the
could,
8.
But, and it would be a better weight, but again, it's very unlikely to add more value.
There it is.
There it is.
Doesn't go for it. Does not go for it.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And unbeknownst to him, of course, the rest of the 4 pins are in Mark's hand here, who has just reached Tenpai.
Inside 5-man wait. Riichi against the half flush,
Oh,
but it
sealed
pays
in
off.
instantly.
Pays off right there.
Sealed in instantly.
Riichi
That is,
Pats Dora. 5200 for Tsubasa. Not bad, not bad. But again, the player to beat here is Yudong. This is the very last game of the tournament.
Yes, unfortunately, Stefan, who was in last in the previous game and is currently in last in this game as well, is, I guess he's most likely eyeing those 3,000 coppers coming to play.
Yeah. I think it's actually 5,000 for 4th. Yeah, 5,000. 5,000 coppers for 4th place. But yeah.
But yeah, point taken.
Summon scrolls may be out of his grasp. You can feel the paper slipping from your fingers. Don't get a paper cut as it passes by. But yeah, Yudong here, a solid hand. He needs the white dragon, but like, check out that pair of Dora in hand. That's
the
pretty
value
powerful.
just keeps coming to their hand again and again.
Yeah.
Now even with a chance at Toy Toy.
Tsubasa here on the right has a potential Itsu, could even call for it, but does not have a pair. I mean, maybe just rely on the Dora pair, but but I'm not sure it's gonna come through this time. There is only one left, but saying that, there is one left. It's only one left, but we've seen how many times one left has been good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, across the table.
1 left is not 0 left.
That's true. Stefan is moving to Pinfu. Has that 8, so it's close to Dora, so he could use the Dora if he draws it. That's not the greatest draw.
Tsubasa has called the 8 pin, looking towards Itsu, but now they really need to draw the 6 pin and not the 3.
That's right. Once the hand's open like that, yeah,
Sorry.
no problem.
If I'm in a situation like that where I have a possible Itsu, but one of my weights is two-sided like that, I'm always very hesitant to call the closed weight and leave the open one. I'd much rather, if I draw the 8, or if the 8 is made available, I might pass it up, but the 6, then I feel more comfortable calling.
That's right. So we see here on the left, Mark has moved towards, could be 7 pairs, but his hand is really ready for like a regular shape to call the last north and go for a 1-han hand. It's not many points though, but remains to see if the East is released from him, because that would be huge for Yudong. In the meantime, he had drawn 2 Easts up, which allows him to score double East on top of Toy Toy. He cut the two-sided weights, and there's the North. And indeed, the East comes out. Yudong on a Haneman weight now. Either side,
Haneman even.
either side Haneman, either the White Dragon adds or the Dora adds. And
There's the
Stefan, what you gonna
please
do?
Don't do it. Please
What
don't do
you
it.
gonna
That would
do?
hurt too much.
Oh,
Oh,
Dealers
no.
Haneman.
Oh.
トンダブトン
Rich
トイトイ
get
ドラさん
richer.
I would say that busts out Stefan, but there's no busting in these rules, so we continue on.
But it does seem like the game has now become a battle for second place.
Yeah, I do think so. I mean, there's always the Yakuman chance. There is always the Yakuman chance, but Yudong's draws that hand were just insane. And then even Mark's draws to force out the East by giving him the third North. And Yudong just went at it.
But realistically, even if Stefan got a Yakuman, even if he got a Tenho, a dealer Yakuman, that would barely put him into positive score.
Yeah. Stefan was just kind of stuck with that Dora in the previous hand, because Stefan both needs points from the previous game because of the negative score there, and this game. Stefan could not really afford to fold too many hands, just sort of have to take the risk.
Yeah, although, hindsight 2020, he probably should have folded that specific hand.
That one was a little bit tough.
Yeah,
just,
for sure.
Just
But
unfortunate.
those things just happen sometimes. That's
Yeah.
Mahjong for you.
Yeah. The worse your position is, the more risks you have to take in order to get back to even.
Really, that's what happened to me 2 years ago at the Montreal tournament, because they didn't actually wipe the scores going into the final.
Right.
And I was 4th place going into the final and playing risky, having a risky play, but it just didn't pay off, and I dealt into a couple of hands, and it was really just over.
So Yudong here, 2 away. The weights are not bad. This could even be Sanshoku Ippeko, though Tsubasa does beat him to the punch here with actually a monster hand of their own. A direct hit here, especially on Ippats, could actually turn the tides of this game. Okay, he's not going to get Ippatsu. A direct hit would still be nice. A sumo here, not as good, but Yudong is still in dealer, so it would hurt.
It is just Mangan at the moment. It could hit some Ura and make it to Haneman, but
That's right.
well, we'll see.
We will see. It's hard to hit Ura with so many overlapping tiles. It does stay Mangan.
It does mean that if you do hit Ura, you are hitting multiple.
That's true.
And unfortunately, Stefan just falling deeper and deeper into the hole.
Right.
But
So
that's what happens sometimes.
let me talk about this hand first. Tsubasa has a full meld. And 2 full melds, a big fill in there with the Sanzo. But the rest of the hand is not looking too great. Stefan has a good shot with this hand. It's got double south, a pair of them, and then another pair. That pair would, the 9 pin would ruin a full straight, but maybe going all the way for the half flush. We'll see. Across the table, Mark's got Dora in a meld, and then another meld of triple Forso, but not a lot of value considering his position. Normally it wouldn't be too bad, but he needs a lot of points. And then Yudong running an okay hand, only 1 completed meld. It's not great, but it does have 2 Dora in it. Not like he needs points, but yeah, and with that, Foreman could be moving towards Tanyao here.
The fun thing is that both Stefan and Mark do still have a dealer turn left, Stefan, I mean, it would really take a miracle to come back all the way back from as far down as he is. But Mark does have a chance if he could win just a couple of big hands as dealer.
Yeah.
Although that 62,000 point lead does seem kind of unassailable, but Mark could potentially make it high enough to snatch second place. As it stands, the standings on this table are exactly the same as the overall standings from the last game.
Yeah, you're right.
And looks like they're not exactly likely to change anytime soon.
That tile does fit into Tsubasa's hand. Okay, and Tsubasa plays safe. Ish.
Well, the one isn't exactly safe.
Yeah. I don't think Tsubasa had any exact safe tiles, unfortunately.
Stefan moving towards a full flush, actually.
That's
and
right.
Potentially a closed full flush.
Knows that he needs a ton of points.
Let's see. If he draws the 7 pin, then he will have full flush and pinfu.
That's right. Tsubasa could use this to make Tanyao. Okay. Does not deal it in.
Let's see. There are 2 7 pins gone, actually. Oh, but there it is.
What? The last tile! The last tile! The last tile! No, there's one in Mark's hand, and then the 2 Formon are in the dealer's hand, Tsubasa here.
Wow.
Yeah, so he finds the final one.
Rich get richer. Alright, here's Stefan's chance to stage a miracle.
Oh, man. Yep. The last dealer turn. Looking at the scores, considering Yudong is in first, for anyone to upset him, let's say he got to second, because they're all going to need a first place score. He would still get +5 plus whatever his score is. And even for Tsubasa, who's 27 points behind, so yeah, would need to cover 27,000 points of distance to come back. So with the difference in the UMA being 15 and 5, that would cover 10 of the points. So would need 17,000 more points than Yudong if Yudong ended up second and Tsubasa came first. And Tsubasa has no more dealers. For the other players, the ones with dealer turns left, I mean, Mark is about 70 points and Stefan about 80 points behind. So even with the UMA difference of 10, you're looking at 60,000 and 70,000 point differences for them to surpass Yudong here.
That is more than a Yakuman.
Indeed. I mean, if Yudong does fall out of even second, though, then it really could be anyone's game, but it's hard to see that.
Yeah. Stefan does make it to Tenpai, first person at the table to do it. It's a closed 4-pin wait, but definitely the chance to call the last green dragon and improve.
Yeah, or get the 4-pin from Mark here. It's now an isolated tile.
It is.
If he gets,
remains to be seen.
Yeah, if he gets the 5-pin, he might drop the 7 instead. Ooh, Dora. Dora for Stefan.
Interesting.
Doesn't take it.
I think he knows that he's just got to take the Tenpai he's got.
Right.
Tsubasa, if he draws the 4-pin, will most likely keep it. It fits quite nicely into their hand. Yudong has that same 6-7 that Mark does. So who knows what might come out. I think the 4-pin might come out right now. Yep,
there it is. Small pickings, but anything to keep the dealer. Yeah, anything to keep the dealer.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step.
Yeah, and in fact, Stefan might just be targeting Mark for 3rd place at this point. That's the closest goal, I suppose. But as the dealer, I think you just take wins from whoever gives them to you, so you can get another chance.
The funniest part of this is that Yudong is the last dealer.
Oh, but that's more of a chance to sumo off him for points, although I don't think even the dealer penalty
Yeah.
is going to matter here.
Even that is just insignificant.
Yeah, looking at the hands here, Stefan's hand is not looking too great. Might have to open call Tanyao to sort of scrape at the gravel to cobble together a hand here in order to keep the dealership.
Yeah, I mean, can always. I was about to say could always pair up that green dragon, but there it goes
Yeah.
into
So
the river.
just relying on Tanyao here.
Mhm.
We've got Mark on the right with a Dora. It's kind of connected, although the threes are their own meld, the 3-mon.
Mhm. But
And
there's
then
no other pair, so that 3-3-3-5 could end up being a shape. Although here's the 2,
that's
which
true.
is technically a better shape, but of course it is not Dora.
Exactly. Yudong just 3 completed melds already, 1 away. Yudong just keeps drawing power. And
oh, wow,
is it
interesting.
con for flow? No.
No.
Yudong just trusts that his points will keep him. But Tsubasa on the left, also a decent hand here. Not really a lot of points on it. And it is still not Ishan 10 like Yudong's is.
Yeah, imagine if Yudong draws like the 7 and 8 pin and gets Dunshan as well.
That would be pretty wild.
Yeah.
Um,
Mark draws the 7-mon and calls Riichi
there it is.
on that edge Sanzo wait.
Yeah, you know, when in trouble, entrust your faith
Yeah.
in Sanzo.
When you know, you know.
When you know, you know. There's still 2
there
on the
are-
wall.
Yeah. And Yudong drops one of his 9 pins.
Yeah, is that 100%? It's not 100% safe, but
No, but the early 8 pin does
Yes.
suggest that.
yeah, Yudong did have safer tiles though, but playing a little bit to win as well. Still,
There's the 8 pin that I mentioned, of
Yeah.
course. Crazy. The draws just keep coming.
it's too late for him though. He's already
The draws-
abandoned that.
The draws keep coming and they don't stop coming.
And they don't stop coming. Okay, Stefan, now a decent chance of bringing this back. Only 1 tile left in the wall for him though, and of course one of his weights in the Riichi player's hand, so no matter what, that cannot come out.
Yeah, a decent 2,900 point hand, still fairly small, but bigger than the last one.
Oh, and Yudong just lances. Yeah, he did keep Tempai for a reason. And
Yeah.
another one.
The tiles keep coming and they don't stop coming.
Oh, that's one more dealer turn off the record. One more, and now it's Mark's dealer turn. Basically the last dealer turn here for an upset, because Yudong's is the very final dealer turn.
Yeah.
So Mark here, not horrible, but no completed melds to start, so he's gonna have to draw at least 3 tiles to get to Tempai.
Interesting thing, in Stefan's hand he has a pair of the red Dragon Dora and one of each other dragon. The only other dragons on the table besides one white that Mark has thrown.
That's
But
right.
even if that were to come, and there's the
Oh, and
queen
it's coming! It's
but it's
coming!
still too little too late, even
Yeah.
if it does happen.
Yeah. Oh, will Mark drop that one? Not
It is
yet.
the Dora.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Yudong's hand is very fast again. In fact, it's already 1 away, and with the Souths, Yudong can call to Tempai, so that's not great for the rest of our players. Tsubasa across the table also has a chance at this hand, but looks to be 2 away instead of 1 away from Tempai.
So is Yudong gonna drop these 9 pins? And nope, going for the 8. So similar choice, I guess.
Yeah,
Keeping that
Yudong's
4-7 open.
still 1 away here, although I expect him to only call South.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mark calls here. Not sure. That's gonna be difficult, but I guess
Yeah.
the flush, the half flush.
I think so.
Kung! Stefan looking for
Hoping-
anything that'll give him more points. Yeah. Mark looking for the half flush because he didn't call 789 pin.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Still no more dragons being drawn. Still 2 white dragons in the wall.
Is this Tempai for
And 2 green
Tsubasa?
dragons.
No, it's not Tempai yet. 1 away.
The dream is still alive.
It is still alive. I mean, that would give Stefan an okay shot.
There's
Yeah,
Dora.
an okay shot at
And there's the
second.
green.
Oh
There's the
my!
green.
Oh,
He
throws
goes
the
to Dora
red. It's
first,
the
but-
safe one. Yep. Yudong folding here. Looks like so. Yudong out now. At least
I
for
think
now.
that's likely. Stefan cannot get a flush. Oh, there's a
Oh,
second.
will the white or the
third
green
white.
come out? Neither.
That's a
I guess.
good question.
Yeah, it's for the flush.
For the
They're-
flush, yeah.
They're
but
all for the flush.
if Stefan draws that last white, it could be very interesting.
Yeah, that would be really exciting. Although,
Oh,
okay,
one
what's
of them will
called?
come out here. Green or white?
Oh,
It's the
white, and that
All right.
ruins Daisangen.
Daisangen
Unfortunately,
is over.
still a chance at Shosangen with 3 Dora, and
Yeah,
that would be
but
pretty good.
even a Yakuman is too little, so just a Baimon is really too little. Just a Baimon.
Hashtag just the. Oh, there it is. Tenpai possibly. Yeah, goes
it's
for it,
so
but
Yeah,
unfortunate there.
yeah.
Honitsu only, but
Mhm. As the dealer, it's still 2,900 points, but as I mentioned before, it's only 2 Han, and it's fairly cheap for how difficult it can be to complete.
that's right. You saw how many calls it took for Mark to get that one down, but like
Mhm.
Stefan just heartbroken. Unfortunately, could not
Yeah.
get his Baimon there. Oh, Tsubasa here. Mark may have a chance at upsetting Tsubasa, but it's about a 43-point gap between them before this game ends. Or, sorry, before this game started.
Mhm.
So it's gonna need like a 43, so like a 33-point gap and then 1 position, or like a 23-point gap and 2 positions. Most
Mark
likely.
is only 2 tiles away from Tenpai already, and can call that Green Dragon. So it's fairly, certainly very possible that he holds onto his dealership for another round.
That's right.
But unfortunately, there's not a lot of value in this hand.
Yudong throwing the Dora here because his hand is moving quite quickly again. 2 away from Tenpai there, although his shapes are not all great.
Mhm.
Across the table, Tsubasa is going for a quick hand here, try and lock second place down and shut down their main competition, which is Mark from stealing the spot. Yeah, 1 away now.
Yeah. Stefan holding on to all of those honors. I'm not sure what their thought is going into this. The Kokushi has been given up on, distant though it may have been, with that 1 Mon discard. Presumably, Kokushi already kind of gone due to that Call of the West.
Right.
Mark now only 1 away, can call the Green Dragon for Tenpai, but Yudong has gotten Tenpai first with a Tanya only, and will end.
Oh, I don't want to say it's over, but it's
I think it's pretty much
but, yeah, it's actually very hard for any of these players to move even a single position at this point.
Yeah,
because
these
they
are some pretty crazy point differences.
they're all so
Right.
far away from each other, and their previous scores are all, as you said, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4 in
Yeah.
this game as well.
And I really think not even, Mark's and Stefan's hands, if they drew a really like close to Kokushi kind of thing, then maybe there was a possibility. But both of those hands look just unfortunately ordinary.
Yeah, Stefan might be able to get a Suanko with a lot of luck.
It always takes a lot of luck.
But Yudong's hand now 2 away from Tenpai, looking to end things. Tsubasa 3 away from Tenpai, I believe, but able to call if necessary. Unlike Yudong, cannot really call. Oh, Yudong's is actually 1 away. Oh, if you use the 7s as pair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see that. but it takes the kind of not so great weight. Doesn't Riichi on it though, so it can only sumo
Yeah.
on it.
Which I think is the right move. Certainly, you don't need to Riichi here.
Yeah,
Although
honestly.
even if you do, I don't think it makes much
Yeah,
difference.
honestly, I probably would just Riichi it. Just, I'm in East. I was so many fun, just but you know, it is what it
Yeah.
is. Maybe
But
not.
once again, you kind of don't want to win this hand, right? You just want to end. you just
Yeah,
wanna end
that's
the
a
game,
fair
take
point.
The win, and go
I'll
home.
win the tournament. Okay. Stefan 7 pairs Tempai does take it, but doesn't it Riichi? Knowing that this is not enough, knowing that he probably has to go for Suanko, even if he's already Tempai. Maybe this though, like a direct hit Baimon on 3rd place, might pull Stefan out. Yeah,
Let's see, that would be a
no.
difference of 24,000.
Oh, he sumos it, but like he can't. Well, he took it anyway. He was just like, let it end. Let it end.
I'll go home.
There it is.
That would have been Ippat Sumo if he had called Riichi.
Yeah, I think you're right though. Direct hit Baimon on 3rd place, even from here, would not have been enough to take 3rd place.
It might have been just enough, but
yeah, but with the scores as they are, so
Yeah.
an enormous 56.6. Your winner and ours, Yudong Lee. Actually, all these scores line up. So 2nd place, Tsubasa Yamaneko. 3rd place, we got Mark T. And 4th place, still respectable, still taking home coppers. We've got Stefan Coman. And
congratulations, well played to everyone, all 4 players in the finals, and of course everyone else in the rest of the tournament as well. And congratulations to Yudong for taking 1st place with a truly, like a truly impressive, frightening even domination in both of these final games.
The Dora were just drawn in.
A combined score of just over 100 for the 2 games. Truly an impressive performance.
Oh man. Yeah, so you can see the standings there. The 100 was no lie. Plus,
I mean, it shows you the gap between 1st and 2nd. That's really that's really daunting.
That was something else, and it almost feels interesting. Like we did so many announcements before the finals. It's like, all right, what announcements are left after the finals?
Yep, we did it. We it's over. Good job.
Yeah, but really, thanks to all the players, especially our finalists here for a great tournament. Some wild points, and Yudong was not up in like the really high positions during the 1st day, but as we saw near the end of the 2nd day, Yudong just shot up right to the top, and yeah, from there,
yeah, they got the points when they needed it the most, when it really counted.
yeah, had a little stumble, like just barely made top 4 in the very last, or the 8th game, just coming to the finals cut, but coming back strong and showing everyone the power of Toronto Riichi, and taking the Montreal Riichi Open 2020. So that is your champion there. And of course, Tsubasa coming from Markham, pretty close to Toronto. And then we've got Mark from Philly, and then we have global representation in Stefan Coman from France in this finals game. So shoutouts to everyone who played, and thank you once again. Sorry not everyone could be in the finals, but hey, it was exciting. It wouldn't be the finals if everyone made it, right?
Of course. It's just the sad truth of things.
Yep. And so here we are.
Mhm.
Yudong Lee will be receiving 3 summon scrolls and 25,000 coppers. Tsubasa Yamaneko with 10,000 coppers. Mark T here with 7,000 coppers. And Stefan Coman with 5,000 coppers. So get in contact with Loic if any players are listening right now. And Loic will give Yostar your Mahjong Soul ID, and you will receive your prizes soon. Yeah. And again,
Non, merci à Loïc et toute l'équipe de l'équipe de staff de Montreal. It's been really fun.
yeah.
It's been really exciting, and glad that we could still manage to hold this tournament this year in spite of all of the difficulties.
It's been difficult for sure.
But here we are. If there's one thing that brings us all together, even now, it's the click and clack of those little tiles.
Whether
virtual
virtual
table.
or real, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah. Well, we'll just go through everyone again. The tournament staff over at Montreal, the streaming team over there, the tournament team, the players. We had some substitute players who are both staff and players, so they get double thanks. We have Sean and Matthew. So thanks to them. Thanks to Chase, who worked on the tourney bot and the automation behind the scenes to start games for many, many players without having to manually do it, as well as giving me personally a couple of my stream overlays. Yeah, so Chase helped set that up, so really thanks to Chase. Loic mentioned him, but yeah, from Seattle, Riichi Mahjong. Seattle is always known for their tech. Like, I remember the last Seattle Open I watched, they had this crazy tech where someone called a tile, it would show up on stream. Like, pictures of the tiles would show up on stream. They had image recognition looking at the corners of the Mahjong table, and that was really sick. I'm not sure if Chase was involved in that too, but I wouldn't doubt it. And then shouts to all the players again, and the viewers and the chat. Thanks for keeping it all exciting. And Joe, I know you said your piece. Any more pieces you'd like to say?
I think you've pretty much covered it, although I do want to mention, apparently Yudong played that last game of the final in their car. So they went out and played outside in my car. Maybe the rain inspired me.
Hey,
so maybe that's been the secret all along.
Mahjong in the rain, or at least near the rain. Maybe not in the rain, because your tiles will get wet.
Thanks, I guess, to Jeremy for hosting me on this stream. It has been really exciting, a really fun introduction to this, I guess. I've never really done anything like this before, but yeah, I had a really great time today, and yesterday, getting to watch some crazy mahjong and get excited about it with someone else who's as excited as I am.
Yeah, you've done really well, as I said before. This is Joe's debut Jotrahedron. Who knows, maybe he'll start his own Twitch channel and shoot to the moon sometime, but you never know.
Man, I'd love that. I would love to get paid to do this. Anyone who wants to pay me money to like sit and watch people play mahjong, like, I'm down.
Hey,
Please.
you gotta get in with the Japanese. Then they're the only ones with money on it.
Yes, I better practice my Japanese a bit more. Then.
Yeah, man of many languages.
はい、そうね。上手、上手。
Alright, and one final shout out here to the Extra Lions Open coming up on the 31st of October. It is free entry, but a $5 donation to Extra Life will guarantee you will not be cut off from the cap. And the Extra Lions stream team, in partnership with Mahjong Soul, is hosting it. Well, Yostar and Cat Food are providing rewards. I don't think they're too involved in the setting up of and management of the tournament. But yeah, the primary stream is on Iron TV. The Extra Lions, one of the VTubers from Extra Lions, the expert stream is over on Pandaficer, and I will be lending my voice to that one. Pandaficer, pretty cool. He's been streaming a lot of different Mahjong clients, and they have prizes there as well. You can see them on screen, and the Discord link is there too. Registration closes on the 24th of October, so you do have time, but don't let that pass you up.
Act now.
Act now. Infomercial
now.
style. Alright,
And if
so
you act now, we'll give you an extra tournament for free. That's not true.
hey.
Don't quote me on that.
So
Not that this tournament isn't already free.
that is it this weekend. It's been a wild weekend. We had some insane hands. Oh, and we even had a Hote Nomi in one of the earlier games. That was crazy. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and hope to see you when I see you. Take care.